Year 3, I just want to talk you through some of the questions from your Maths Daily Learning today. I'm not going to tell you the answers, but I will give you some possible strategies that you could use to answer the questions. Just remember that for some of the questions today, you will need to use your column addition or column subtraction strategies to discover the correct answer. In today's daily learning, we are looking at tables. As it said on our knowledge organiser, it's really important that we look at the headings to discover the information that the table is showing. At any point in this video, you can press pause and have a go at the question that we have just discussed. So number 1, the tables shows school attendance for a Year 3 class. There are 27 children in the class. If I go to the table, the first column shows me the day. The days of the week are here. And then the next column shows me girls, the number of girls in school on that day. And then the third column shows me the number of boys in school on that day. So question A, how many children attended school on Monday? So you need to go and look at Monday in your table, and then you would need to look at the number of boys and girls and add those two numbers together to find out how many children attended school in total. Question B asks, on which day did all the children in the class attend school? So we need to look back at the information at the start of the question that tells us that 27 children in the class are in the class. To discover the answer to this question, you will need to add together the number of boys and girls who were in school on each day. So for example, on Wednesday, if I add together 14 girls and 10 boys, I would have 24 children in school. And that means that not everybody is in because there are 27 children in the class. So work through all the days to discover which day all the children attended. The next question asks how many boys are in the class and how many girls are in the class. To discover this answer, you would need to find out on which day, use your information from the last question, on which day all the children were in class. Question E. Why is there no data for Saturday or Sunday? Have a think about what information the table is displaying and why there may be no data for Saturday or Sunday. So who had better attendance, girls or boys? Again, remember to look back at the table to see if there were more boys or more girls in school to answer that question. Now, on the next table, question 2, the table shows the number of school days in each month. The month in the first column and the number of school days in the second column, the number of days you are in school. Question A, which month has the fewest school days and why? Remember, fewest means the smallest, so have a look through the table, which month has the fewest number of days in school, and then have a think why that might be. On to question B. Term 1 is from September to December. Term 2 is from January to April. Term 3 is from May to July. Which term has the most school days? So you can press pause and have a think how you might answer this yourself. Okay, So for term 1, it says that is from September to December. So to discover how many days you were in school across that term, you would need to add together all of these numbers, remembering to use your column addition method. And you would need to do the same for term 2 and for term 3. So term 2 is from January all the way down to April. So you would need to add together these numbers. It might be helpful to write the answer to each question here, and then you'll be able to see which term has the most school days. Don't forget to show your working out or do it on a scrap piece of paper. Question 3. This table shows the number of packets of crisps sold in a small shop. Remember, it's so important that you read the information in the table first. So the first column is crisps sold: salted, salt and vinegar, paprika, and cheese and onion. And the next columns show you the times that the crisps were sold. So between 6 and 9, 9 and 12, 12 and 15. 15 also means 3, so 3 p.m. or 15 to 18, so 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. So question A, which flavour of crisp is the most popular? So to discover the answer to this, you need to have a look at how many crisps were sold across the whole day to discover which was the most popular. So you would need to add together all of the number of crisps sold throughout the whole day, and you would need to do that for each packet of crisps. Again, you could write the total at the end of the column here, as you might need that for questions later on. For example, question B, which asks which is the least popular flavour. So which packet of crisps sold the least amount throughout the whole day? Question C, how many packets of crisps were sold between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m.? So you need to find the part on your table that shows you between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. And you can look down your column, and that's all the packets of crisps. So you would need to add together all of those numbers. And then for the final question, it says, between what times were the most salt and vinegar crisps sold? Remember, you would need to go back to your table, look at the salt and vinegar row, and see at which time were the most amount of crisps sold. Okay, on to the final table, number 4. The table shows the number of newspaper and magazines sold by a shop from Monday to Friday. So again, you've got the days, the number of newspapers, and then the number of magazines. Question A, how many newspaper and magazines were sold in total on Tuesday? So you need to have a look. I'm going to leave you to think about this one now. What would you need to do to find the total number of newspapers and magazines on Tuesday? Now, on to question B. How many more magazines were sold on Thursday than on Wednesday? Now, this question is asking you about magazines, so you need to make sure you're going to the column about magazines. And it's how many more were sold on Thursday than on Wednesday. And remember from earlier in the week, when we're doing a how many more question, we're trying to find the difference. So we need to do a subtraction. So have a look at these two numbers and think carefully about what subtraction you would need to do to find the answer. Okay, on to question C. There were 650 newspapers sold in total. How many newspapers were sold on Wednesday? So, as you can see, there is some information missing from our table. Now, this is a challenging one, but I think you can do it. If you have a look, you know that all these numbers added together, including the missing one for Wednesday, equal 650. But what you do know is that on Monday and Tuesday and Thursday and Friday, you have the numbers for these. So can you put this information into a bar model to discover the answer? So across the top, you could have 650. And for one of your parts, you would need to add together all of these numbers. And then the other missing part would be Wednesday. So in our bar model, if we are missing a part, what calculation do we do? If we're missing a part, we do a subtraction. So think carefully about how you can do that one. On which day do you think new magazines came out?